Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Criminal law. A pleading describing some wrong or offense. He was arrested on a charge of larceny. Move quickly and violently. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. This cartridge has a powder charge of 50 grains. The quantity of unbalanced electricity in a body, either positive or negative, and construed as an excess or deficiency of electrons. The battery needed a fresh charge. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. The speaker charged up the crowd with his inflammatory remarks. Psychoanalysis. The libidinal energy invested in some idea or person or object. Freud thought of cathexis as a psychic analog of an electrical charge. Demand payment. Will I get charged for this service? Direct into a position for use. He charged his weapon at me. Blame for. Make a claim of wrongdoing or misbehavior against. He charged the director with indifference. Request for payment of a debt. They submitted their charges at the end of each month. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. File a formal charge against. The suspect was charged with murdering his wife. To make a rush at or sudden attack upon, as in battle. Give over to another for care or safekeeping. Provide, a device, with something necessary. Attention and management implying responsibility for safety. A special assignment that is given to a person or group. His charge was deliver a message. Heraldry consisting of a design or image depicted on a shield. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. The judge's charge to the jury. Attribute responsibility to. The tragedy was charged to her inexperience. An assertion that someone is guilty of a fault or offense. The newspaper published charges that Jones was guilty of drunken driving. The swift release of a store of effective force. Impose a task upon, assign a responsibility to. He charged her with cleaning up all the files over the weekend. Assign a duty, responsibility or obligation to. She was charged with supervising the creation of a concordance. An impetuous rush toward someone or something. The wrestler's charge carried him past his adversary. A person committed to your care. The teacher led her charges across the street. Cause formation of a net electrical charge in or on. Charge a conductor. Energize a battery by passing a current through it in the direction opposite to discharge. I need to charge my car battery. Enter a certain amount as a charge. He charged me $15. Fill or load to capacity. Charge the wagon with hay. Financial liabilities, such as a tax. The charges against the estate. Instruct, a jury, about the law, its application, and the weighing of evidence. Instruct or command with authority. The teacher charged the children to memorize the poem. Lie down on command, of hunting dogs. Make an accusatory claim. The defense attorney charged that the jurors were biased. Pay with a credit card. Pay with plastic money. Postpone payment by recording a purchase as a debt. Will you pay cash or charge the purchase? Place a heraldic bearing on. Charge all weapons, shields, and banners. Saturate. The room was charged with tension and anxiety. Set or ask for a certain price. How much do you charge for lunch? The price charged for some article or service. The admission charge. Criminal law. A pleading describing some wrong or offense. An often persistent bodily disorder or disease, a cause for complaining. An expression of grievance or resentment. Civil law. The first pleading of the plaintiff setting out the facts on which the claim for relief is based. Formerly, a loud cry, or repeated cries, of pain or rage or sorrow. Resist. Buck the trend. Move quickly and violently. A piece of paper money worth $1. United States author whose novels drew on her experiences as a missionary in China, 1892 to 1973. A gymnastic horse without pommels and with one end elongated, used lengthwise for vaulting. A framework for holding wood that is being sawed. Jump vertically, with legs stiff and back arched. The young filly bucked. Mature male of various mammals, especially deer or antelope. To strive with determination. John is bucking for a promotion. Make a film or photograph of something. Shoot a movie. Force or drive, a fluid or gas, into by piercing. Move quickly and violently. Hit with a missile from a weapon. Spend frivolously and unwisely. Fire a shot. Record on photographic film. Run or move very quickly or hastily. Kill by firing a missile. Produce buds, branches, or germinate. Give an injection to. A new branch. Cause a sharp and sudden pain in. Emit, as light, flame, or fumes, suddenly and forcefully. Measure the altitude of by using a sextant. Shoot a star. Score. Shoot a basket. Send forth suddenly, intensely, swiftly. Shoot a glance. The act of shooting at targets. They hold a shoot every weekend during the summer. Throw dice, as in a crap game. Throw or propel in a specific direction or towards a specific objective. Shoot craps. Utter fast and forcefully. Variegate by interweaving weft threads of different colors. Shoot cloth. Move quickly and violently. Thwart the passage of. Shoot at and force to come down. A drop of the clear salty saline solution secreted by the lacrimal glands. His story brought tears to her eyes. Strip of feathers. An occasion for excessive eating or drinking. Move quickly and violently. Separate or cause to separate abruptly. Tear the paper. An opening made forcibly as by pulling apart. Fill with tears or shed tears. Her eyes were tearing. The act of tearing. He took the manuscript in both hands and gave it a mighty tear. To separate or be separated by force. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. The quantity of unbalanced electricity in a body, either positive or negative, and construed as an excess or deficiency of electrons. Change the arrangement or position of. Move or cause to move back and forth. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Try to stir up public opinion. Exert oneself continuously, vigorously, or obtrusively to gain an end or engage in a crusade for a certain cause or person. Be an advocate for. Move very slightly. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Change the arrangement or position of. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Stir feelings in. Excite the audience. Stir the feelings, emotions, or piece of. Act as a stimulant. Raise to a higher energy level. Excite the atoms. Stimulate sexually. Arouse or elicit a feeling. Produce a magnetic field in. Excite the neurons. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Become active. Cause to become awake or conscious. He was roused by the drunken men in the street. Force or drive out. Get high, stoned, or drugged. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. Cause to operate by flipping a switch. Turn on the stereo. Be contingent on. Stimulate sexually. Become hostile towards. Produce suddenly or automatically. Turn on the waterworks. Psychoanalysis. The libidinal energy invested in some idea or person or object. Freud thought of cathexis as a psychic analog of an electrical charge. A statute in draft before it becomes law. They held a public hearing on the bill. Publicize or announce by placards. A piece of paper money, especially one issued by a central bank. An itemized statement of money owed for goods shipped or services rendered. He paid his bill and left. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. Demand payment. We were billed for 4 nights in the hotel, although we stayed only 3 nights. Horny projecting mouth of a bird. An advertisement, usually printed on a page or in a leaflet, intended for wide distribution. A brim that projects to the front to shade the eyes. He pulled down the bill of his cap and trudged ahead. A cutting tool with a sharp edge. He used a bill to prune branches off of the tree. Advertise especially by posters or placards. He was billed as the greatest tenor since Caruso. A list of particulars, as a playbill or bill of fare. The entertainment offered at a public presentation. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. Indicator that establishes the horizontal when a bubble is centered in a tube of liquid. A flat surface at right angles to a plumb line. Park the car on the level. Direct into a position for use. Of the score in a contest. Become level or even. The ground leveled off. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. The building was leveled. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A good actor communicates on several levels. A relative position or degree of value in a graded group. Having a surface without slope, tilt in which no part is higher or lower than another. Acres of level farmland. Not showing abrupt variations. Spoke in a level voice. A position on a scale of intensity or amount or quality. A high level of care is required. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. What level is the office on? Make level or straight. Level the ground. Aim at. Level criticism or charges at somebody. Being on a precise horizontal plane. A billiard table must be level. Height above ground. The water reached ankle level. Oriented at right angles to the plumb. The picture is level. Talk frankly with. Lay it on the line. I have to level with you. Be oriented. The weather vane points north. Sail close to the wind. Repair the joints of bricks. Point a chimney. Any of 32 horizontal directions indicated on the card of a compass. He checked the point on his compass. Be a signal for or a symptom of. Her behavior points to a severe neurosis. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. A distinct part that can be specified separately in a group of things that could be enumerated on a list. The main point on the agenda was taken up first. An outstanding characteristic. His acting was one of the high points of the movie. A V shape. The cannibal's teeth were filed to sharp points. A contact in the distributor. As the rotor turns, its projecting arm contacts them and current flows to the spark plugs. The dot at the left of a decimal fraction. Direct into a position for use. Point a gun. Indicate a place, direction, person, or thing, either spatially or figuratively. He pointed to the empty parking space. The property of a shape that tapers to a sharp tip. The gun muzzle's direction. He held me up at the point of a gun. A V-shaped mark at one end of an arrow pointer. The point of the arrow was due north. An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole. A point of information. A wall socket. An instant of time. At that point I had to leave. A very small circular shape. A row of points. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Give a point to. Intend. something, to move towards a certain goal. A punctuation mark, placed at the end of a declarative sentence to indicate a full stop or after abbreviations. A brief version of the essential meaning of something. Get to the point. A distinguishing or individuating characteristic. He knows my bad points as well as my good points. A geometric element that has position but no extension. A point is defined by its coordinates. A linear unit used to measure the size of type, approximately 1/72 inch. A promontory extending out into a large body of water. They sailed south around the point. A style in speech or writing that arrests attention and has a penetrating or convincing quality or effect. Be positionable in a specified manner. The gun points with ease. Indicate the presence of game by standing and pointing with the muzzle. The dog pointed the dead duck. Mark, a psalm text, to indicate the points at which the music changes. Mark, Hebrew words, with diacritics. Mark with diacritics. Point the letter. 1% of the total principal of a loan. It is paid at the time the loan is made and is independent of the interest on the loan. Sharp end. He stuck the point of the knife into a tree. The object of an activity. What is the point of discussing it? The precise location of something, a spatially limited location. She walked to a point where she could survey the whole street. The unit of counting in scoring a game or contest. He scored 20 points in the first half. Blame for, make a claim of wrongdoing or misbehavior against. Bring an accusation against, level a charge against. The neighbors accused the man of spousal abuse. Request for payment of a debt. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. She committed herself to the work of God. Perform an act, usually with a negative connotation. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. After the second episode, she had to be committed. Make an investment. Engage in or perform. Commit a random act of kindness. Confer a trust upon. I commit my soul to God. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. Transfer. Cause to be directed or transmitted to another place. Send me your latest results. Assign to a station. To cause or order to be taken, directed, or transmitted to another place. Cause to go somewhere. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Transport commercially. Record in a public office or in a court of law. File for divorce. A line of persons or things ranged one behind the other. File a formal charge against. Office furniture consisting of a container for keeping papers in order. A set of related records, either written or electronic, kept together. Place in a container for keeping records. A steel hand tool with small sharp teeth on some or all of its surfaces, used for smoothing wood or metal. Proceed in line. The students filed into the classroom. Smooth with a file. File one's fingernails. Provide housing for. A small, rustic house used as a temporary shelter. Put, fix, force, or implant. Lodge a bullet in the table. Any of various Native American dwellings. File a formal charge against. A hotel providing overnight lodging for travelers. A formal association of people with similar interests. English physicist who studied electromagnetic radiation and was a pioneer of radiotelegraphy, 1851 to 1940. Be a lodger. Stay temporarily. Small house at the entrance to the grounds of a country mansion, usually occupied by a gatekeeper or gardener. To make a rush at or sudden attack upon, as in battle. Contract the abdominal muscles during childbirth to ease delivery. Exert a force with a heavy weight. Exert a force or cause a strain upon. Exert full strength. Pay special attention to. Give over to another for care or safekeeping. Consign your baggage. Commit forever. Commit irrevocably. Send to an address. A quantity that can be processed or transported at one time. The system broke down under excessive loads. Corrupt, debase, or make impure by adding a foreign or inferior substance, often by replacing valuable ingredients with inferior ones. A deposit of valuable ore occurring within definite boundaries separating it from surrounding rocks. Goods carried by a large vehicle. Provide, a device, with something necessary. He loaded his gun carefully. Wait to be born or conveyed. The front part of a guided missile or rocket or torpedo that carries the nuclear or explosive charge or the chemical or biological agents. Fill or place a load on. Load a car. An onerous or difficult concern. That's a load off my mind. An amount of alcohol sufficient to intoxicate. He got a load on and started a brawl. Electrical device to which electrical power is delivered. Put something on a structure or conveyance. Load the bags onto the trucks. The power output of a generator or power plant. Transfer from a storage device to a computer's memory.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.